Breathe. This video is not for you to learn anything. You don't have to do anything or understand anything. Just stay. Stay with me because I know that sometimes it hurts and you don't know how to continue. Or maybe you're tired of pretending that everything is fine. Here, you don't need to pretend. This is for you who are broken, who are alone, who are fed up, who are sad, who are in silence. Here we are going to sit together to listen to what the soul has to say when the noise turns off. It's not a sermon. It's not a class. It's a sigh. A deep one. And at the end, I hope you feel that everything, even if it doesn't seem like it, is fine. Pause. Breathe. Let this moment be your refuge. If these words spoke to you, share them with someone who might need this quiet reminder today. And remember, you are not alone. Leave a comment if this found you at the right time. Stay as long as you need. The invisible pain. We all carry. Sometimes there are no words to describe what one feels. It's not sadness, it's not anger, it's not fear. It's all of that, and nothing at the same time. It's a sensation that settles in your chest, soft but constant, like a cloud that doesn't rain but doesn't go away either. And although you don't say it, although you don't show it, I know it's there. We all carry something, a loss that hasn't been fully cried over, a dream that wasn't realized, a fear that returns just when we thought we had let it go. And that's okay, because that too is part of the journey. We didn't come to this world to be fine all the time. We came to feel, to learn, to go through. And when you don't know what to do with what you feel, don't run away, don't fight. Just breathe. Breathing is returning to the present moment, returning to yourself. In Buddha's teachings, there is something beautiful: acceptance. Accepting is not giving up, it's not conforming. It's looking at what is without wanting to change it. It's telling yourself, this too is part of the journey. And that already begins to heal, because you don't have to eliminate pain to find peace. Peace is born when we stop resisting what we feel, when we stop fighting with life. Maybe today you're tired. Maybe you don't understand what's happening to you. But even so, you're here, and that says a lot. It says that there's something inside you that still believes, that still hopes, that still loves. Look at that. Embrace it. You don't need to be different from how you are now. You just need to be present. Breathe, let go, and trust. Impermanence wraps everything, the good and the difficult. Nothing is forever, not even this, so stop demanding yourself to have everything clear. You don't have to run. You don't have to understand everything. Just accompany yourself with tenderness, with patience, with compassion, because that in itself is healing. When the soul screams in silence, it's not always a scream with sound. Sometimes the soul breaks without making noise, and only you know the weight of moving forward when everything inside seems stopped. There are days when no one notices, but you are battling with thoughts that don't leave you in peace, with memories that don't go away, with an uneasiness that you can't explain. And that exhausts you. But there's something very beautiful in silence, even if it hurts at first, because when you stop running from the inner noise, when you stay still, something begins to calm down. It's as if the soul finds a space to speak, not to others, but to you. Buddha spoke of mindfulness not as a technique, but as a way of being with yourself without judgment, without wanting to cover the pain or push it away, just observing it with tenderness, as if it were an injured child coming to seek your arms. You don't have to have answers, just presence, just space. Sometimes the bravest thing is not to move forward, but to stop, sit with yourself and say, I'm here, I won't abandon you. That simple but profound gesture changes everything. Because when the soul screams in silence, what it needs most is for someone to listen. And no one can do that better than you. Your own attention, your own compassion is medicine. Don't do it out of obligation. Do it as an act of love. And if you feel lost, remember this. Peace is not something found out there. It's something remembered when one stays in silence and stops fighting. Maybe you can't resolve everything today. Maybe you don't understand why you feel what you feel. But if you can breathe with it, without resistance, something in you begins to loosen, begins to heal. The soul doesn't scream to frighten you. It screams for you to embrace it. And when you do, it no longer needs to scream. Letting go of what weighs, even when we don't know how. Sometimes we don't know what to let go of. We just know that something inside weighs us down, and it's not easy because there are pains that have become part of us, ideas we've carried for years, guilt, expectations, fears that have stayed like old furniture in a house that no longer belongs to us. And it's not about discarding everything at once. It's not about forcing yourself to overcome. Letting go in the Buddhist path is not an abrupt act. It's a gentle gesture. It's recognizing with clarity, this that I carry no longer serves me. And I don't need to hate it to let it go. I just need to see it with new eyes. Perhaps you've tried 1,000 times to let go of something, and it's still there. A relationship, a memory, an idea about yourself, and that can frustrate you, make you feel trapped. But even there, in that sensation of stagnation, there is a learning, because letting go is not always about doing. Sometimes it's about stopping doing, stopping to hold on to something that no longer wants to stay, and allowing time, silence, and breathing to do their part, like when you let a leaf fall to the wind. You don't need to know where it's going. You just trust that it's going because it must go. In Buddhist practice, there's much talk of detachment, but detachment is not indifference. It's freedom. It's loving without clinging. It's letting go without resentment. It's releasing without anger. And when you achieve it, even if just a little, the body feels it. Something loosens in the chest. Something breathes deeper. Something in you comes home. Don't rush. Letting go has no clock. It's a process that begins when you're ready to look and continues when you learn not to force it. Today, maybe you can't let go of everything, but you can drop a thought. You can release an expectation. You can forgive yourself for a mistake. Small gestures that over time become wings. And without realizing it, one day you wake up and it doesn't weigh so much anymore. It doesn't hurt. The same. It's no longer yours because what's yours holds you up. It doesn't sink you. And what sinks you, you can now let go of. The peace that isn't sought, but remembered. There are days when peace seems very far away, as if it were a place you don't know how to reach. You try everything, reading, meditating, breathing, but the mind doesn't stop. The chest doesn't loosen, and silence weighs instead of relieving. And that's okay because peace is not an achievement. It's not a goal. It's not a trophy that you reach after doing things right. Peace is older than your thoughts. It's deeper than your emotions. You don't have to search for it. Just remember that it's there, like the sun that keeps shining, even though clouds cover it, like the sky that remains blue behind the storm. Buddhism says it in such a simple, beautiful way. The clear mind, in its natural state, is already peace. What happens is that we forget. We get lost among stories, worries, pending tasks, demands, and we distance ourselves from what we already are. You don't have to change anything in your life to feel peace. You just need to stop for a moment, close your eyes, breathe softly, and observe. Observe without analyzing, without fixing, just being. And in that being, something opens up. A space where there is no struggle, where there is no guilt, where there is no judgment. That space is you, and it has always been there. It doesn't matter if today your mind is restless, if your heart is tired, if your body is tense. Peace doesn't depend on all of that disappearing. Peace happens when you embrace them, when you reject nothing. And yes, sometimes you'll forget this. Sometimes you'll go back to searching for peace outside, chasing it as if it was something missing, but you just need to remember that peace never left. Only you moved away a bit, and you can always return, now, here, with a sigh. The art of breathing, when everything falls apart. There are moments when life seems to split in two. News you didn't expect, changes you didn't ask for, people who leave, stages that end without saying goodbye, and then something inside you breaks. There are no instructions for those moments. No one teaches you how to act when the soul hurts without a clear reason, and you're still there as if everything was still the same on the outside, but inside, something has moved. And in that internal chaos, there's one thing that keeps working, one simple, constant thing always present: breathing. Sometimes when everything seems to be falling apart, the only thing you can do is breathe. And it's not insignificant, because breathing is more than air going in and out. It's an anchor. It's a rope that ties you to this moment, even when everything around is wobbling. Buddha taught that observing the breath is returning home, not because it solves problems, but because it reminds you that you're still here, that you're alive, that the present moment is still available to you, even if everything else is falling. When you stop and take a slow, deep inhalation, you're saying, "I'm here." And when you release the air gently, you're also releasing the weight, even if just a little. You don't need to understand everything. You don't need to resolve it now. You just need to breathe consciously, one sigh at a time. Think about this. Everything you're feeling now, no matter how intense it is impermanent. And each breath is a reminder of that, because nothing stays forever. Not the pain, not the fear, not the confusion. When the internal world collapses, sometimes we seek distractions, noise, occupations, but there's an immense value in staying, still sitting with yourself and simply breathing. Maybe at first there's agitation, disordered thoughts, emotions that move like waves. That's okay. Breathing is not for you to control that, but for you to embrace it. Inhale softly and feel how life enters. Exhale and release the tension, the rush, the expectation. Do it without demand, without technique, just with presence. You can do it now. Breathe without rushing, without wanting to get anywhere. You're here, and this moment is enough. Even if there's a storm outside, even if everything inside seems broken, in this breath everything is calm. That's the art of breathing when everything falls apart. It's not escaping. It's staying. It's honoring life in its purest form. And when you repeat this over and over, with time, you'll discover something precious, that everything can change, but this simple peace, this silent peace that comes with each breath is your eternal refuge, always available, always with you. Nothing is forever, not even this. Everything changes. It's the simplest truth and yet the hardest to accept, because we cling to people, to moments, to what we believe we are. We find it hard to let go. We find it hard to lose. We find it hard to see how life transforms without our permission. But if there's a central teaching in the Buddhist path, it's this: impermanence wraps everything. Everything is born, everything changes, everything dies, and in that there's no punishment. There's beauty, because if everything changes, then the pain you feel now will also change. It won't be eternal. It won't stay with you forever. It has a form, a rhythm, an end. In difficult days when you feel you can't take it anymore, remember this. This too shall pass. Just as that sadness you hardly remember anymore passed. Just as that wound that seemed infinite healed. Just as dawn came. After that night that felt endless, nothing stays the same. Not joy, not sorrow, not love, not fear. And that's why we can breathe with more freedom, because we're not tied to anything. When something hurts you, don't reject it. Observe it. Know that it's passing through, like a cloud that covers the sun for a moment but can't extinguish it. And when something makes you happy, don't grab it with fear. Enjoy it. Know that it too is impermanent, and that's precisely why each instant is a treasure. Impermanence teaches us to love without clinging, to live without fear of losing, to be here completely because we know this moment won't return. If today you're at a low point, don't believe you'll stay there. The wheel keeps turning. Life moves and you with it. You don't need to force change. Just trust that everything transforms, that the river of existence doesn't stop, and that you too are changing, even when you don't notice it. And so each pain becomes a teacher, each ending a new beginning, and each tear a new way of seeing. The light. Nothing is forever. Not suffering, not fear, not loneliness, not even this that you feel now. Breathe with that truth and let yourself be carried like a leaf floating on water, without struggle, without resistance, with the confidence that whatever happens, you're in the flow of life. And life always continues. A sacred invitation to be. Let this moment expand within you, wide as the sky, deep as the ocean. The clamor of the world fades to a whisper, leaving only the sacred rhythm of your breath. Here now there is no past to regret, no future to fear. There is only this, the miracle of your presence, whole and complete exactly as you are. No expectations to fulfill, no roles to play, no masks to wear. Simply be, feel it, the gentle unclenching, the softening, as your exhale carries away burdens you were never meant to bear. This pause is holy ground. Here, in the space between, thought's healing rises like dawn, quiet, inevitable, radiant. You are not broken, you are unfolding, not lost. Remembering, the art of moving forward. When the time comes to step anew, let it be with the grace of a leaf floating to earth. No force, only surrender. Pack lightly for the journey ahead. Take only what makes your soul hum with quiet joy. Courage, like a warm cloak, compassion as your compass, curiosity as your lantern. Leave behind the stones of not enough, the shackles of what if, the armor you wore to survive but no longer need to wield. Every footprint you leave, whether bold or trembling, is part of the map only you could draw. Growth is not always loud. Sometimes it's the silent stretching of roots beneath the soil, the invisible mending of wings before flight. Your stillness is not stagnation, it is the gathering of strength. Your silence is not emptiness, it is the fertile dark where truth takes root, the unshakable truth. Know this with every fiber of your being. You are precisely where life needs you to be. The cosmos conspires in your favor, not to make your path easy, but to make it yours. Every scar is a testament to resilience, every joy, a reminder that light exists because you chose to see it. Even now, as you breathe, you are being prepared, not for perfection, but for the next version of yourself. So breathe again, deeper still. Feel the power in your ribs, the resilience in your pulse. You have survived all your hardest days not despite your tenderness, but because of it. The universe is not indifferent. It is leaning in, whispering through sunsets and synchronicities. Keep going. You are so much stronger than you know the path ahead. The road will reveal itself step by step. There is no rush, no deadline for healing, no race to win. Rest here as long as you need, cradled by this certainty. You are enough, not when you achieve more, but now as you are. You are held by forces seen and unseen, by love that outlasts time. You are becoming, not into someone else, but into the fullest expression of yourself. And when you rise, may you carry this peace like an ember in your chest. No storm lasts forever. No night extinguishes the dawn. No moment, no matter how heavy, is the end of your story. The world awaits. Not your perfection, but your presence. Your imperfect, glorious human presence. And that is always, always enough. With gratitude, Daily Dharma.